I was bullied.
And so was I.
You're not alone.
Probably, well, physically, it was 6th grade. Some kid took my head and slammed it into the side of the locker. Nearly cracked, like fragmented my skull right above my right eye. But in terms of like emotional intimidation, it was in 9th grade. There was a kid who would slam me against the locker every day after math class, first period when I was walking down the hall from class to my locker. And I never saw his face because he was like 6'4" and he wore this massive hood. And he would just slam me against the locker and call me a faggot and he walked away. And that happened for like 2 weeks before I started faking sick to not go to school because I didn't want to go to first period. My mom caught on really quickly and said that it obviously wasn't any sickness that I actually had, and I had to go tell someone.
This book keeps me alive, but what is it that runs through you?
Military school, on the bus. When I was in first grade, I was bullied. This one kid would take my backpack from underneath the seat, he'd pull it underneath, and take things off of it or out of my backpack, and I'd get home or into class and I wouldn't have them. And that was a big deal. So I had to sit down with the principal and talk about that with the kid. That was really awkward. I wish he had talked to us individually because I felt really nervous to say anything in front of the boy. But the principal did handle it very well because he didn't ever do it again.
I have experienced bullying when I was in elementary school. I was a friend with a guy who was not liked by very many people, and he was kind of an easy target. So he was sort of dorky, and people kind of made fun of him. And I think that was just, kids trying to feel better about themselves or be cool or whatever. And so I found myself kind of torn because I liked the kid and I tried to be nice to him, but then sometimes everybody was being mean to him, so it was kind of one of those, I would sort of be mean to him too, but then I would go back and forth. So that was a weird situation. It was kind of peer pressure bullying, I suppose.
Experienced bullying a few times. Being that I'm biracial and everything, I've gotten called several uncalled for names.
It's just really prevalent in all school, I think.
A lot of times it might be coming out of the cafeteria right after it's been a really loud room that they've been in, and sometimes there's pushing and shoving in line. Sometimes you'll hear kids putting other kids down because they stutter or because they are autistic and act different than the general population in the school. So
the truth is, bullies are going to be present throughout your whole life. What you need to do is you need to grow from those experiences that you have with them.
Bullies are just completely immature, and there's no reason to get upset over their bullshit, basically.
93 million miles from the sun. People get ready,
You're always going to encounter bullies throughout your entire life. You're never going to be able to get away from them. The best thing you can do is just don't let them get under your skin, because they're already lower than you to begin with. It'll get better, just believe that. I would say that every person is worthy, and every person has an equal opportunity to do good things. Which everybody should stick up for your person, no matter how much you could get ridiculed. It's just one person can make a big difference.
We've come a long way to belong here, to share this view of the night of glorious night.
I'd like to ask you if you want to be the person who gets bullied and allows that bullying to repress who you are, or if you want to be someone who gets bullied and comes away even stronger. We're not made by the things that happen to us, but how we take those situations. We're made by how we handle them.
It always seems harder when you're right in the thick of it, but don't be afraid to reach out for help. Someone will always help you. And just remember that people will always look out for you, and that everyone loves you.
I would say just try and work it out with whoever you're having a problem with, or if that doesn't work, go get help from an adult or somebody else. To people who are being bullied, I would definitely say don't be afraid to reach out and tell people about it, because it's definitely a huge thing happening all over the place. And if you reach out to friends, I'm sure they have similar stories and experiences, so it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something you should definitely tell other people, and especially adults like teachers or other people you feel comfortable letting know, because then they can work on making it less of an issue in schools and all over the place.
I realize you're going through some tough times right now, but it's all going to be okay because you're not the only person out there that's being bullied, and it'll all be fine. Other people have gone through this and made it through, and I'm sure you can too.
It gets better. Just find a good support system that can help you out, and the greatest people in the world will be able to help you get through this time.
Everyone's afraid of not being liked by the people around them. A lot of those people turn to bullying to get away from those fears and to hide those fears. So when people bully you, it's always about them, it's never about you. So there's no reason to take what they say to heart.
Smiles down at me, bathes me in its light.
Just know that you are not alone, and there's other people who support you and will help you find your voice to stand up against bullies.
In the tall blades of grass,
they're upset about their own lives. They're taking it on you. And don't listen to them. Don't listen to anything they say to you, because they're wrong. And because you can get past this. And you can be happy.
For the first time in such a long, long time.
Bullying happens to everyone, everywhere. I want you to know that at the moment that you're being bullied, someone else on another side of the country, or even in the room next to you, is being bullied. So just know, you're not alone, and it only gets better from there on out.